Hello, this is Cat Resource and this is the second episode of our Solidworks Quick Start Guide. Today we are going to talk about Solidworks assemblies. Let's get started. I have Solidworks opened here already. Go to Home, click on Assembly. You can see here, instead of the feature manager, Solidworks is asking us to import a part to begin our assembly. Before doing that, let me show you that we have the basic toolbars just like the part modeler environment here in the assembly modeler environment as well. Assembly, layout, sketch and evaluate. Let's import our part first. Click on browse. I'm going to import this U bracket first. Select and click OK. Place it anywhere on the window by clicking the left mouse button. This will be the basic reference for all our further assemblies. Now in order to import more parts, click on Assembly, Insert Component, and let's go ahead and import this square block. Place it here by simply clicking the left mouse button. Before starting our assembly of the square block with the U bracket, I'm going to complete a little sub-assembly over here. Go to Insert Component, select this pin and place it over here. Whenever you are placing a new component, try to place it near your intended assembly. By doing so, Solidworks can understand your assembly intent and recommend you Solidworks can by doing that Solidworks can understand your assembly intent and recommend mates that are best suited for your application. So let's go ahead and start our assembly. In Solidworks, a mate simply defines the relationship in which two parts are assembled. So in order to assemble this pin inside this hole, I am going to need two mates. The first that will make this face of the pin coincident with the back of this hole. The second that will make this surface of the pin coincentric with this hole on the square block. Let's get started. Click on this face of the pin, rotate. Using your middle mouse button, press Ctrl, click on this face. We have the mate option over here. Simply click on this. Solidworks has already recommended the coincident mate. That is correct. Click OK. Now in order to fully define this pin, we need another mate. Before doing that, let's inspect the degree of freedom the pin has now. Click on the pin. Hold down your left mouse button. You can see that it is coincident with the back face of the hole. And is bound in one plane only. Let's apply another mate. Click this surface, control the inside of the hole, go to mate and concentrate. Click OK. This part is now fully defined. If you try to move it individually now, the whole assembly moves. Click OK. Now instead of Importing this pin again, I'm simply going to do the same by holding down control button, my left mouse button, and dragging the cursor over here. This option simply lets you copy existing parts in your assembly environment. Now let's apply the same mate again. Click on this face, rotate using your middle mouse button. Click this surface, select mate and coincident. Now to assemble this pin, click on this surface, back face of the hole by clicking and holding down control, go to mate, coincident, click this surface, control, left mouse button and click here, concentric, copy the pin again by using control and left mouse button. Now all 4 of these pins are completely defined in their mates with this square block, and we have completed our first sub-assembly. Now we will assemble these 2 pins inside these 2 holes. Just follow the basic principles we have learned so far. We want this face of the pin to be coincident with this face of the U bracket. After selecting this face, hold down control and click on this surface. Go to mate, now we will start our next part of assembly, where we will assemble this square block with this U bracket. In order to do that, simply click on this surface of the pin. We intend to make it coincident with this surface of the U bracket. Hold down control, click on this surface, go to mate, coincident, press on this surface, hold on control, click on the inside of this hole, make sure concentric mate is recommended or selected, press OK. Now we have assembled these 2 sub-assemblies. Now let's observe the degree of freedom our solid cube has. Click on Move Component, press and hold down your left mouse button. You can see that only rotational degree of freedom is present. This means that our cube is fully defined with the U bracket. Press OK. Let's add the final component of our assembly. Go to Insert Component, select the U bracket again. Before dropping it, we need to orientate it. Before dropping it, I recommend that we orientate it in a way that is closer to our design intent. So in order to easily do that, click on this rotate component about Y button, and this will align your U bracket along the Y component. Now let's apply our mates. Click on this surface, the back surface over here, mate and coincident. To fully define, click on this surface, make them concentric. To inspect our assembly, click on Move Component. Now let's apply some more constraints for practice. Let's say I want this surface of the solid cube to be always parallel to this face of the U bracket. To do that, click on this surface, hold on Control, apply mate, and select parallel. Press OK. If I try to remove that, it won't move because, as Solidworks says, the selected component is completely and fully defined. Now let's do the same with this U bracket. I want this face to be parallel to the top surface of the square block. Click this face, select on the top surface, apply mate and select perpendicular. Now this is the end to today's lecture. Now let's do a quick overview. You import a part in the assembly module by starting the assembly module in SolidWorks. Click on Insert Components and import your desired components. In order to assemble two components in SolidWorks, you have to apply mates. Mates are relations that define in SolidWorks how the two components will behave with each other and how will they assemble. In order to copy an existing part, simply hold down Ctrl and press your left mouse button. You can modify existing constraints. To suit your assembly needs. I will see you in the next lecture, where we will discuss how to make your first drawing in SolidWorks. See you there. Take care.